Even though Superman's basically unbeatable and mega powerful, you can't deny that he's taken quite a beating over the more than 85 years of the character. Guys, Superman is the greatest hero of all time, and even with his super strength, super speed, and all those other powers, our beloved Man of Steel has had his fair share of tough times at the hands of various DC characters, sometimes even at the hands of those weaker than him, like regular humans. I picked out 10 times Superman got his butt kicked. Do you know them all? Let's check them out. Metallo. In Superman Man of Tomorrow 14, Metallo really shows why he's one of Superman's most feared villains. With an almost indestructible robotic body and a kryptonite core glowing in his chest, he's a real threat to Superman. In the story, Metallo goes on the attack against our hero, and the mix of his brutal hits and the harmful kryptonite radiation puts Superman in a tough spot. Even with all his grit, he finds himself needing to back off, which is pretty rare for him. Superman even had to ask for help from Parasite. He called in another villain just to deal with Metallo. This fight showed that brute strength alone isn't enough to handle enemies like Metallo, who uses tactics and exploits the hero's weaknesses to win. Shazam. Even though kryptonite is Superman's main weakness, he also can't protect himself from magic. That's why Shazam, who has magical powers from an ancient wizard, managed to take him down in the story Kingdom Come. After landing a good number of punches on Superman, Shazam unleashed a series of lightning bolts, one after the other, until blood started oozing from Superman's ears and nose. The fight only wrapped up when Superman, nearly at death's door, managed to cover Billy Batson's mouth with his hand, stopping him from calling down more lightning and using his magical powers. Even so, this was one of the biggest beatings the Man of Steel has ever faced. Captain Atom. In the plot of Injustice Gods Among Us, Superman and Captain Atom find themselves battling it out in the Arctic, where ideally, no innocent bystanders would get hurt. And get this. Captain Atom was totally wiping the floor with Superman. He claimed he always had the ability to defeat the Man of Steel but never had the motivation to do so because he hadn't received orders from his military superiors. Unfortunately for Superman, he reveals that the orders have changed. Fueled by the power of 10 nuclear bombs, Captain Atom became so strong that he started delivering devastating blows to Superman. He hit him so hard with a radiation blast that Superman flew for miles. The only reason Superman survived was because Wonder Woman intervened, destroying Captain Atom's containment suit with a magic sword, forcing him to leave Earth and blow himself up in space. Batman. Superman has definitely taken a beating from Batman before, but the ultimate fight between the two went down in The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller. In this story, Superman becomes a puppet of the US government and heads to Gotham to capture the Dark Knight. Knowing that this would play out when he got his cowl back, Batman gears up for battle with his now iconic armored suit. The resulting fight is considered one of the best ever in comics, with both opponents using a mix of strategy and brute force to try and take each other down. But Batman has something Superman doesn't: Green Arrow, who's waiting in the wings and shoots a kryptonite arrow the moment Superman lets his guard down. What happened next? Well, let's just say Superman carries that memory with him even in his most private moments. Doomsday. Doomsday is one of the most formidable foes Superman has ever faced, starring in the iconic battle and the death of Superman. Created to be an unstoppable killing machine, he underwent brutal evolution on Krypton, dying and resurrecting repeatedly until he became invulnerable to the kinds of attacks he once knew. When he reached Earth, his devastating strength was enough to take on and defeat the entire Justice League before finally facing off against the Man of Steel. In the epic battle that followed, Doomsday and Superman exchanged blows so intense that they wrecked Metropolis and pushed both of them to their limits. The confrontation ended with both of their deaths, marking one of the most shocking moments in comic book history. Mongul. During the Bronze Age of comics, which ran from 1970 to 1984, Mongul was one of the most untouchable characters in the DC universe. With a level of power that even Superman couldn't match, Mongul had no challengers who could stand up to him. When Superman and Mongul squared off for the first time, the Man of Steel had to escape through a portal. He had to bail because Mongul had just activated his gemstone, the main source of his power, and was completely dominating Superman. In the 2 times they fought in Warworld, Mongul handed Superman a serious beatdown. Parallax. Parallax is a cosmic entity and the personification of pure evil and chaos. He latches onto a host and travels to different worlds, spreading destruction and mayhem. When he possessed Hal Jordan, Parallax did the unthinkable, he got rid of Superman. In the story Zero Hour, Parallax wipes out the universe and recreates it without the Man of Steel. Before his exit from the narrative, Superman and his fellow heroes tried to attack to prevent the disaster, but that ended in a devastating defeat for Superman. He couldn't compete with the powers of Hal Jordan combined with the fear-driven Parallax, and he got taken down in a majorly humiliating way. Standing over Superman's body, Parallax reveals his true name and declares he's going to fix the universe. Atlas. DC Comics Atlas is a lot like the Greek mythology Atlas, which means he has insane strength, speed, and endurance. In Greek mythology, Atlas was punished by Zeus due to his involvement in the war between the Titans and the gods, condemned to hold up the heavens for eternity. In DC, Atlas was brought from ancient times to the present by the military's Project 7734. General Sam Lane intended to use him to fight against all alien threats, including Superman. Atlas's phenomenal strength, speed, and agility made him a formidable opponent against Superman. In Superman 677-680, Atlas and Superman clashed, with the Greek delivering a massive beating to the Man of Steel. Atlas would have landed a finishing blow that could have killed Superman if it weren't for Krypto the dog, who saved his owner's life with a timely bite. Wonder Woman. In Wonder Woman 2:19, Superman was mentally controlled by Maxwell Lord to attack Wonder Woman, and finally, we see that brute strength isn't everything. Diana exploited Superman's weaknesses to take him down, like using the impact of her bracelets to rupture Superman's eardrums because of his super hearing. After that, Wonder Woman took advantage of the opening to land a series of kicks and punches on the Man of Steel, giving him one of the biggest beatings of his life. Even so, Diana only managed to stop him after using her shark tiara, forged by Hephaestus, to cut Superman's throat. Alfred. As this list shows, there are few characters in the DC universe who can say they've taken down the son of Krypton, but Alfred Pennyworth is one of them, at least in the Injustice Gods Among Us comics. In this alternate universe based on the fighting game of the same name, Superman and Batman are at odds after Superman decides to use his powers to dominate the world. The two face off, and Superman ends up breaking Batman's back, leaving him paralyzed. Alfred, seeing this go down, pops a nanotechnology pill that gives him super strength and invulnerability and goes in to beat down Superman. It's an epic twist that shows that even the least expected characters can shine in the face of big threats. Now, comment down below, did you know about all these fights where Superman got owned or didn't win at all? Is there any moment where the character took a beating that I didn't mention in this video? Drop it in the comments, and don't forget to leave your super like on this video, your super subscribe, and also hit that bell because I'm already prepping more videos about Superman to get warmed up for the movie, and I know you don't want to miss out. This is the best spot for you to stay updated on everything that's happening in DC. Plus, consider supporting our work through the thanks button near the subscribe button. That way, you help us bring even more videos than usual and always with more and more quality. Thanks a ton for all the support you give us. I'll leave these two videos as suggestions for you since you like this one. I'm sure, as a fan of Superman and DC, you'll really dig them. Come and look up in the comments so I know you made it to the end of the video. Thanks a bunch, and see you next time.